Yellowstone National Park is famous for its bison, its geysers, its Grand Canyons, and its wolves. But in the early 1900s, it wasn't famous for any of those things. It was basically a ghost town. You see, in the 20th century, wolves were hunted to extinction in Yellowstone, and I don't blame anyone's species for their extinction. There were hunters, and there were ranchers who didn't like wolves, because they saw them as predators that got in the way of their livelihood. So they exterminated every single wolf in the park. And for decades, Yellowstone thrived without wolves, or at least it seemed to. But as time went on, the absence of wolves became impossible to ignore. See, when a species is brought to the brink of extinction, it takes a long time for the ecosystem to recover. When the wolves were gone, the elk population exploded. No more wolves meant no more predation pressure. So the elk population just boomed. And since elk are herbivores, they ate everything in sight, including, most importantly, the vegetation along river banks. With no wolves to control their numbers, the elk were essentially ruining the habitat that all of the other animals depended on. To make matters worse, without the wolves, the coyotes moved in and took over the elk's old territory. So now there were no predators at all in Yellowstone, and the park was in desperate need of some big bad wolves to put things back in balance. In 1995, after a long and complicated legal battle, gray wolves were reintroduced to Yellowstone. It was a monumental moment for the park. Finally, after more than 70 years, wolves were howling in the night once again. Now, this is where things get really interesting. Because when the wolves returned, they didn't just bring balance back to the ecosystem. They also brought with them an abundance of new life. More on that in my next video. Hey, don't forget to subscribe.